send me some tweets today. You can write in through Twitter, and the name on Twitter is I'm Kyle Miller. I-M-E Kyle Millar. I am K-Y-L-E-M-I-L-L-A-R is the name on Twitter. You can write in. You can participate. You can ask any questions that you may have and participate with our material as we review the class. Now, Tino's saying that we're live again. Are we live on YouTube? We are live on YouTube. Oh, that's exciting. Let me see if we can get this going. But let's go ahead, folks, and take a step into today's beginner content.
Nivel básico.
All right. Yes, that's right. Inglés Online TVE. And now Tino has told me that we've fixed the problem, everybody. We're live. Yes, we're live. So join the group, join the chat, join the fun. Inglés Online TVE, everybody, is the place to be. And the sentence today, who are you looking at? I'm looking at them. Right? Who are you looking at? ¿A quién estás mirando? Tino, ¿a quién estás mirando? Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at? I'm looking at them. A ellos, right? That's true. I'm looking at them. So when we say this word them, we're not saying then, que es entonces. No, we're saying them. And with the letter M, you have to close the lips. Hay que cerrar la boca. Them, like system, problem. David Beckham. For many years, David Beckham was in Spain, and they called him David Beckham. But it's not Beckham, it's Beckham, right? Problem, system. You have to close your lips with the letter M. Hey, who are you looking at? ¿A quién estás mirando? Who are you looking at? I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them. Okay, there you go, folks. That is our beginner send. Who are you looking at? ¿A quién estás mirando? Who? And we don't say whom are you looking at. Really, the word whom, I would encourage you to almost banish this word from your vocabulary. Forget about the word whom. There are only two cases when you use the word whom. First of all, in a letter, when you're writing a letter anonymously, you don't know who's going to read it, you could say, to whom it may concern. To whom. ¿A quién le puede interesar? ¿No, Tino? ¿A quién le puede interesar? Se dice, right? To whom it may concern. Now, in reality, whom would be used for an object pronoun, the object version of who. Who in the subject, whom in the object. But in reality, it's best to just not really use it. I would only recommend using it for this to whom it may concern. I thought there was a second example, but I can't really think of a second example. For the most part, I would strongly recommend, when in doubt, use the word who. It sounds much more natural. Now, we are getting some momentum here in our chat on YouTube. If you want to participate, you can join. Belen is the only one leaving comments so far because we had some technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties. But Belen says, hello, good evening, Kyle, and the rest of the people. She said, oh, I meant the rest of the people. Well, yeah, the rest of the people. And Maria Pilar says, hi, Kyle. All the people are looking at you now. Are they looking at me? ¿Me están mirando a mí? Are they looking at me? Well, maybe they are now. If you want, you can participate on YouTube. Inglés Online TVE is the channel. Nelson's here. He says, hi, Kyle and everyone from Paraguay, the heart of South America. The heart. Yeah, cool. All right. Lots of people starting to connect here. Dudonel says, hey, hi, Kyle. You are a gift of God for English students. I don't know about that. I'm just doing my job over here, but feel free to write in and chat, participate. Who are you looking at, Kyle? I'm looking at myself now. I'm looking at the chat. That's who I'm looking at. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead with today's intermediate content.
Nivel intermedio.
Yeah. Valentino says, hi, Kyle. It's the best show on the FM dial from IT. But you don't get it on the FM dial in IT, do you? Can you find, Valentino, can you find us on the FM dial in IT? Creo que no. If you do, tell me what channel that is, because they're probably doing something questionable. Right? And Tino says, no, Kyle. Eso es imposible. Eso no puede ser. But no. But yeah, I'm glad you're listening from IT. People all over the place tuned in. All right. Intermediate. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? ¿Qué quieres decir con eso? Oye, ¿qué quieres decir con eso? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? The verb to mean, significar. ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué significa talar? El verbo talar, ¿qué significa? Oh, pues significa, it means to cut down trees, right? What does talar mean? What does it mean? It means, significa, it means to cut down trees. Now we have another way of saying significar, which is interesting, which is to stand for. To stand for. ¿Qué significa? ¿Qué significa CIA? La CIA. ¿Qué significa la CIA? What does the CIA stand for? First of all, acronyms, we don't pronounce them according to the individual letter. Sorry, we don't pronounce them as words usually, the way you do in Spanish. In Spanish, people say la CIA. In English, we say the CIA, which stands for, que significa, which stands for the Central Intelligence Agency. What does FBI stand for? FBI stands for FBI. Oh, did you see that? I just dropped my seat down here a notch or two. FBI stands for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So, significar, to mean, but when we talk about acronyms, you say to stand for. What does it stand for? What does UFO stand for? A UFO stands for unidentified flying object. Yes, UFO stands for. What does UCLA stand for? We don't say UCLA, we say UCLA. Who knows what that one stands for? Well, it stands for the University of California at Los Angeles. What does it stand for? It stands for the University of California at Los Angeles. What does it, ¿qué significa? What does it stand for? So, what do you mean? The sentence says, what do you mean by that? ¿Qué significas con eso? Right? ¿O qué significa eso? O what do you, ¿qué quieres decir? ¿Qué quieres mejor, no? Oye, ¿qué quieres decir con eso? What do you mean by that? To mean. Querer decir. To mean. What do you mean by that? Are you serious? Tino, are you serious? You say, ¿estás serio? Do you say that? ¿Estás serio? ¿Pero estás serio?
Sí, un poquito.
All right. Are you serious? Are you serious? All right, let's see. Dudonel writes in. People are writing in with some questions here. He says, please, can you explain to me, explain what the expression means? And he says, can you explain me? Explícame, explain to me. Please don't say explain me. No, explain to me what the expression don't bring sand to the beach. I've never heard that expression before. I don't know what it means. I guess it means, well, don't bring sand to the beach. I don't know. I've never heard that expression before. Where did you hear that expression, Dudonel? I don't know. Don't bring sand to the beach. I don't know. I mean, I could guess, but I don't think that's much of a help if I'm guessing. I've never heard that expression. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe someone can help us with that. Okay, intermediate. What do you mean by that? Are you serious? All right, let's push forward, everybody. Let's go ahead with today's advanced content.
Nivel avanzado.
Nivel avanzado. She tried on 3 wedding dresses, none of which looked right on her. She tried on. Probando ropa. Ponerse ropa, to put on, but to try on is probar. Probando ropa, trying on. I always try on clothes before I buy it. Do you do that, Tino? Do you always try on clothes before you buy it? He says, yeah. Claro. Of course. You go into the changing room to try on the clothes. Para probar la ropa. Right? To try on the clothes.
Sí, claro, por supuesto.
Claro, exactly. She tried on 3 wedding dresses, right? Vestidos de boda. 3 wedding dresses. She tried on 3 wedding dresses, none of which looked right on her. So they didn't look right. They didn't seem right. It didn't seem correct. It didn't seem right. She tried on 3 wedding, none of which, ninguno de las cual. When we talk about things, ninguno de las cuales, no? Mejor, eso es. None of which, with things. For example, I have 3 pens. Can you see these pens? One is green, one is red, one is blue. I have 3 pens, none of which are black. Hey, Kyle, give me the black pen. I can't because there are 3 pens, but none of which are black. Now, this brings me back to something at the start of the show. I said we don't normally say whom, but this is another case where we can say whom. Ninguno de las cuales. Hablando de cosas, none of which. I have 3 pens, none of which are black. But there are 10 people in the reception area, none of whom are Canadian. Ninguno de las cuales. Hablando de gente, none of whom. So that's the other example. I couldn't think of it earlier. But none of which with things and none of whom. Or you could say two of which, right? I have 4 pens here. I have 4 pens in my hand, 2 of which are blue. One of which, uno de las cuales, one of which is green, and one of which is red. I have 4 pens here, Tino. Can you see them? Can you see my pens? Yeah. He says, oh, yes, Kyle, I can see your pens.
Sí, sí.
Yeah, claro. Yeah, I have 4 pens, but ninguno de las cuales, none of which are black. None of them are, which one's black? None of them are black. None of which are black. Now, there are 4 people in the reception area. Before there were 10, but now there are only 4 people in the reception area. 2 of whom, de las cuales. 2 of whom are British. One of which is French. One of whom is French. And one of whom is Peruvian. Right? I can see Lucinda, who is Peruvian. One of whom is Peruvian, that's Lucinda. One of whom is French, which is Christina. And 2 of whom, dos de las cuales, 2 of whom are British, Richard and Mary. Richard Bradley and Mary Stabb. I can see them both. They're British. Okay? but none of whom are Canadian. There are no Canadian people in the reception today, Tino. I've been looking. Estoy mirando, pero no veo ningún canadiense por ahí. Right? I don't see any Canadians out there. All right, let's see what people are saying. Maria Pilar says, I'm sorry, but I must leave. Okay. Adios. Sorry. Well, you don't have to be sorry, but hey, we'll see you next time. We'll see you on Monday. Francisco says, hi, Kyle. To bring or take sand to the beach means to bring or take something to a place that already has it in abundance. Sure, okay. Yeah, like if you come over to my house and you bring maple syrup, you're bringing sand to the beach. Sounds good. I already have lots of maple syrup, although I welcome more. I love maple syrup. Sirope de arce, very typically Canadian. Valentino says, doesn't it mean something is not necessary or redundant? Well, according to Francisco, it means something is already available in abundance. So, okay. Belen says, that dress doesn't fit me. However, this one fits me. Do I look okay? What's the difference between to fit and to look okay? Well, to fit, the clothes fits. If you look okay, well, I mean you look good. I mean, maybe I don't look good depending on whether my clothes fits or not. I don't know. But if we're talking about the clothes, if the clothes fits, to fit, to be, appropriately sized, right? Actually, this shirt is too big on me, Tino. This is too big. It doesn't fit me well because I didn't try it on before I bought it. I didn't try it on. Right? Belen says, that shirt looks right on you, Kyle. Blue suits you. Well, I don't know. I think it's too big. I think it's it's a bit baggy. Do you think it's a bit baggy, Tino? Is it too baggy on me? Maybe I need to work out, go to the gym, and fill it out with my big muscles. I don't know. Dionel says, I watched it in a series. Now, he said, I saw it in a series. A boy brought his girlfriend to the beach, and there was a bunch of beautiful girls, and one guy said, boy, don't bring your sand to the beach. Okay. Thank you, Francisco. Okay, sounds about right. Sounds good. It sounds like collectively our listening team here on YouTube has solved the problem. And Francisco says, hey, a pleasure, mate. Very good. Lots of people participating in the chat. That's what it's all about, right? Now, so our sentence today was that she tried on, right? Probó. Would you say that, Tino? Probó tres vestidos. Se probó, excuse me. Right? Se probó tres vestidos. Ella, right? She tried on 3 dresses, right? It's true. Yeah. She tried on 3 dresses. Actually, wedding dresses, de boda. But none of them looked right on her. Ninguno de ellos. None of which looked right. To look right, just to look correct. Something doesn't look right. It's not your style. Maybe they fit her okay, but they didn't look right. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go back. Vamos a volver al principio. Okay? We're going to go back to the start, and we're going to review. Vamos a repasar. Beginner, everybody. Beginner sentence. Who are you looking at? ¿A quién estás mirando, Tino? Who are you looking at? I'm looking at them. A ellos. Estoy mirando a ellos. I'm looking at them. Number 2, intermediate. The intermediate sentence today. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? ¿Qué quieres decir con eso? It's interesting. We say, what do you mean by that? We don't say, what do you mean with that? In Spanish, you'd say, what do you mean with that? Con eso, ¿no? Pero en inglés, por eso. Basically, we use by. What do you mean by that? Are you serious? ¿Estás hablando en serio? ¿Estás serio? Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, and then the final one, the advanced sentence today. She tried on 3 wedding dresses, none of which looked right on her. None of which looked right on her. Okay. Now, in a minute, we're going to finish our program, and we have a missing show. Class number 33. Now, we may be able. I'm actually saying this live on the show because we may be able to continue live with another show in a few minutes and do class number 33. Would we like to do that, Tino? Class number 33 live on YouTube? So it'll be a bonus for all of you fans out there of the Inglés Online show. You can connect and you can watch it live and you can participate. You can participate live. So in a minute, we're going to take a break, but we're going to come back with another show that I didn't get a chance to do when I was ill. So we're going to have a little bit of bonus content. So feel free to connect again in a few minutes, and we'll do the review of class number 33 of the Inglés Online TVE course. But this concludes class number 40. Okay, and Nelson says 33 and 34. Claro que sí. I know. Maybe I'll do both of them. We'll see. Ya veremos. We'll see what we have time to do today. But the sentences today, who are you looking at? I'm looking at them. And the intermediate, what do you mean by that? Are you serious? And the advanced was, she tried on 3 wedding dresses, none of which looked right on her. Okay. All right, we're going to finish there, everybody. But I'm going to come back in a couple minutes. I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes with class number 33, skipping around, but we'll cover all the bases for you. We'll be back in a couple minutes. And but if you're tuning out for the day, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.